Did you know that there is a rock that defies the rule of gravity on Earth? Kiatikio Pagoda, also known as Golden Rock, is a well-known Buddhist pilgrimage site in Mondstadt, Burma. The rock is a small pagoda 7.3 meters built on the top of granite boulder, covered with gold leaves posted on by its male devotees. According to legend, the Golden Rock itself is precariously perched on a strand of the Buddha's hair. The balancing rock seems to defy gravity, as it perpetually appears to be on the verge of rolling down the hill. The rock and the pagoda are at the top of Mount Kiatikio. Another legend states that a Buddhist priest impressed the celestial king, which is asceticism, and the celestial king used his supernatural powers to carry the rock to its currently place, specifically choosing the rock for its resemblance to the monk's head. It is the third most important Buddhist pilgrimage site in Burma after the Shadagon Pagoda and the Mahamuni Pagoda. Did you know that there is a city in Egypt that completely got lost under the waters of the Mediterranean Sea? Nearly 1,200 years ago, the Heraclean city disappeared below the waters of the Mediterranean Sea. The city was one of the most ancient cities in Egypt, which was founded around 800 BC, even before the foundation of Alexandria in 331 BC. Its existence has been cited in some various chronicles written by some writers, including the famous Greek historians and philosophers Herodotus, Strabo, and Diodorus. Heraclean apparently grew up in the course of the waning days of the pharaohs. Gradually, the city becomes Egyptians' main port for international alternates and collections of taxes. Did you know that there is a hill in Canada that the law of gravity never works? The magnetic hill is an example of a gravity hill, a type of optical illusion created by rising and descending terrain. It is located at the northwestern edge of the city of Moncton in the Canadian province of New Brunswick. In the 19th century, a catch path was built by the city in the south onto the ridge. The path was subsequently expanded during the early 20th century and during the age of the automobile car, 1930. It was noticed that at one point near the base of the ridge, when driving south, motorists were required to accelerate in order to prevent rolling backwards. The novelty became known as Magnetic Hill and was more or less an amusing local attraction for residents and visitors to try. Eventually, with the rise in tourism after the Second World War, along with local highway construction, which saw a mountain road bypass built further west from Magnetic Hill, the roughly 1 kilometer segment of gravel road became one of Moncton's prime tourist attraction. Did you know that there is an island that has a shape of pyramid on Earth? Ball's Pyramid is an irrational remnant of a shield volcano and caldera lying 20 kilometers southeast of Lord Howe Island in the Pacific Ocean of Australia. It is 562 meters high while measuring 1,100 meters in length and only 300 meters across, making it the tallest volcanic stack in the world. Ball's Island is part of the Lord Howe Island Marine Park in Australia and is over 643 kilometers northeast of Sydney, New South Wales. Steep, eroded and formed 6.4 million years ago, Ball's Pyramid is positioned in the center of a submarine shelf and is surrounded by rough seas, making any approach difficult. Coincidentally, Ball's Pyramid is located roughly where Dante Alighieri describes the location of Purgatory, which was supposedly to be a lone island in the Western Hemisphere. The pyramid is named after Royal Navy Lieutenant Henry Lichbert Ball, who reported discovering it in 1788. On the same voyage, Ball also reported discovering Lord Howe Island. In the voyage of Governor Phillip to Botany Bay, with an account of the establishment of the colonies of Port Jackson and Norfolk Island 1789, Arthur Phillips gives this description of the area around Ball's Pyramid before describing Lord Howe Island. Did you know that there is a waterfall whose waters disappears without a trace? The Devil's Kettle is a waterfall found in Minnesota. At the falls along Lake Superior North Shores, a river forks at a rock outcropping. While one side tumbles down a two-step stone embankment and continues on like a normal waterfall, the other side vanishes into a deep hole and disappears, apparently forever. The consensus is that there must be an exit point somewhere beneath Lake Superior, but over the years, researchers and the curious have poured dye, ping pong balls, even logs into the kettle, then watched the lake for any sign of them. So far, none has ever been found.